I've said it before, and I'll keep on saying it till I have breath in my body. There are only a handful of organizations that really, really are crucial to the survival of our nation as a free republic. They include the NRA, the Heritage Foundation, Turning Point USA, and the organization that uncovers corruption like none other. It's Judicial Watch, run by Tom Fitton. Please support them, judicialwatch.org. And we have Tom on the line. Tom, are you there?
Hey, good to be with you, Seb. Thank you for the good word.
Well, absolutely. If you have disposable income and you want to support an organization that's fighting the swamp, Judicial Watch is that organization. So you broke some incredible news. You published a list of conservatives and media types, Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, Dan Bongino, Ryan Saavedra, Rudy Giuliani, Lou Dobbs, John Solomon, Sarah Carter, and myself. What is the commonality between those individuals, Tom?
Well, according to the information we have, you were all illegally monitored, or there was an attempt to illegally monitor you by the Ukrainian embassy, our embassy in Ukraine, in Kiev, by the then ambassador to Ukraine, Obama-appointed Yovanovitch. And she had directed that your names and the names of others that you listed, their social media and other public statements be monitored using the keywords of Biden, Giuliani, Soros, and the ambassador's name herself. So if that was taking place, that would be illegal. It looks like it was taking place, and the only reason it was stopped because the project is so big, they asked the State Department in D.C. for help. And someone there said, you can't do that. It's illegal. You got to stop.
So let's be just clear, because there's so many accusations of spying, illegal activity under the Obama administration. This was, at least as far as I understand, a U.S. ambassador using her embassy in Kiev to monitor U.S. persons and then tasked the State Department to do the same. This isn't spying, this isn't surveillance like the FISA courts, but because it's the State Department, even the monitoring of the public activity of U.S. persons is illegal. Is that correct, Tom Fitton?
That's right. And my guess is there are a variety of laws at issue here. The Smith-Mundt Act, which is the old law that guides U.S. activities, U.S. public information activities, and then the Privacy Act, which speaks for itself, and who knows what other civil rights-related laws. But it shows you, because this was going on around March, that they were sensitive about these issues. Biden, Soros, and obviously the Ukraine connection, and they were worried about what conservatives, the president's son, Don Trump Jr., the president's lawyer, and these top Fox News people and contributors and folks like you said, who were being targeted here. And, I'm sure the other media will run to your defense over this illegal targeting, but
yeah, not yet. Not yet.
We'll wait for that.
So is it also true that when this woman testified behind closed doors last Friday here on Capitol Hill, and I'm talking about Obama's holdover ambassador to the Ukraine, Ambassador Yovanovitch, that she was asked whether she had tasked the State Department to monitor us, and she denied it?
That's what I've heard, but I haven't heard it from a direct enough source to confirm that's what happened.
So what is Judicial Watch doing now? So you broke this story. You've provided us the names of the individuals, myself included, who were illegally monitored. What should we do now? What should be the next thing that Americans demand of the State Department and our government?
Well, we asked under the Freedom of Information Act for documents about what was taking place. So in the least, they should start being transparent on it. And obviously, Secretary Pompeo or the Justice Department or anyone else interested in this doesn't have to wait for FOIA to move. They can start figuring out what went on and telling the public about it immediately. And, of course, Congress isn't terribly interested in doing any analysis here because, this type of potential law breaking gets in the way of their coup attempt against President Trump.
What are you? He used the word there. You heard it, my friends. The coup attempt against the president and the illegal spying against our campaign. Allegedly, this Friday, the Inspector General report on the FISA abuse is going to be released. What are your expectations? Is this just another CYA attempt to have bureaucrats protect bureaucracies, or do you have greater expectations, Tom?
Well, IG reports tend to be exposés and cover-ups at the same time, so
Yes.
there'll be a lot of information in there. A lot of punches will be pulled as well. Look, there's plenty of information already out there to begin prosecutions related to FISA abuse. So the information's out there. The IG report's going to just further confirm with some testimony and other information that these abuses took place not only against President Trump through the Carter Page FISA, probably through other FISA warrants that haven't been publicly confirmed yet, but have been alleged to have taken place, like Flynn and probably George Papadopoulos and maybe some others associated with the Trump campaign. It was a full court press in terms of illegal spying on President Trump. The FISA-Gate report will confirm that. The big question is, will there be any prosecutions? Because you saw this Comey report, this IG report that alleged criminal activity by Comey, and the DOJ did nothing with it. And you would think nothing had happened. They don't care about IG reports. They do care about prosecutions. And unless folks there's prosecutions, and I'm not saying prosecutions for the sake of prosecutions. I mean, when you've got in your face evidence of law breaking and the Justice Department doesn't do anything about it, people wonder, has our system collapsed?
Let me ask you in the 30 seconds we have left, felonies were committed, were they not, Tom Fitton, by the last administration?
Oh, I would suspect so. I mean, what Comey is alleged to have done was a crime in terms of spying on, leaking, and stealing the FBI files of President Trump. You got a criminal referral for Andrew McCabe. What Strzok was doing, using his FBI leadership post to spy on his political enemies and abuse the law, that would be a felony too. All sorts of felonies could be pursued, but instead, what do we hear? They're talking about targeting the president's lawyer again.
Yeah, unbelievable. But at least
this deep state is out of control. Barr seems to be the only sensible person in the Justice Department, which is both a positive thing but also a negative thing in the sense that he's surrounded by thousands of James.
He is. He is a good man, but he is surrounded by the swamp. But at least we have you and your team on the outside. Follow him, Tom Fitton, on Twitter, and please support Judicial Watch.